appropriately that sir, combination reaction or rather decomposition reaction, can they occur with only one substance? Well, if it's a combination reaction, you need at least two, and then only you can combine. For decomposition, it is not the case. Decomposition reaction can occur with only one compound, it can occur, and we will see that in a moment. So this is the simple combination reaction, also known as synthesis, because in this reactions, new substances are synthesized, new substances are created. That is why another term for them is synthesis. This is very important. There might be a question if like somebody like me, if I get a chance to set the question paper of the board, I would like to put this question, right? Okay, so what do we have? What are the types of combination reaction? Right? Simple. Non-metals may react with high active metals to form covalent compounds. This is yes, come on, right? Gases. Here it is. Gas, solid and gas, right? Combination reaction. Then again, first one is metal and non-metal, right? Non-metal here, two more elements, oxygen and right carbon dioxide will give us carbon dioxide. There are three types of combination reaction, but that is not that much of detail. It's not required. All right. Most combinations are exothermic in nature. Why? Because combination reactions involve the formation of new bonds, and this process releases a large amount of energy in the form of heat. This is very important. Most of the combination reaction, most of the combination reactions. Very good. Good job, Sarthak. Combination reactions involve the formation of new bonds. You know what is a bond, right? And this process releases a large amount of energy in the form of heat, right? Another example, some of the examples of combination reactions are, this is the one, calcium oxide, quicklime plus water gives you slaked lime, right? Okay. Combustion reactions, combustion of coal and combustion of hydrogen, right? Very simple examples. Formation of ammonium chloride. Formation of ammonium chloride is formed by combining vapors of ammonia with hydrogen chloride. This is something which we have studied in ninth also, this reaction, right? These are some of the equations, right? Now, the experiment itself, right? The procedure, it's mentioned here, right? Hold on a second, this is going to take a time. Yes, this is the procedure as performed in a real lab. Right, these are the steps for a real lab situation. If you are able to come to the school, if the situation permits, I would like to conduct this experiment in the school itself. Right, these are the materials required. This is what you need: jet tube, calcium oxide, beaker, test tube, and distilled water. Okay, in real lab, this is what you do. Very simple. In the water, right, sorry, take a small quantity of calcium oxide, slowly add water to take in the beaker, right, and the quicklime should remain submerged. It should be below the water level, है ना? Touch the beaker with fingers to notice the temperature. What will happen? The temperature will raise, है ना? Temperature will rise because it's an exothermic reaction, as we discussed earlier on, right? This is very important for everyone, right? Now, when we do it through online labs, these are different steps which you need to follow, right? These are the process that you need to follow. Process, that means you have to follow these steps, right? Observation, what you will notice during this experiment, this is what you have to notice. When water is added to the quicklime, a suspension of slake lime is formed. First of all, it's a suspension. From ninth standard, you remember what is the solution, what is the suspension, and what is a colloid. So that connection has to happen, right? When you talk about one particular chapter, it's not like you are studying something in isolation. You have to connect the dots, and then only the science will be interesting. That's only you will learn the science in its proper way. All right. On touching the beaker, we feel it is hot. A clear solution appears as the suspension of slake lime settles down, because we know suspensions, when you allow them to settle, it will, the layers will separate out. The solids will settle down on in the beaker, and the liquid will be staying on the top. Right? So On blowing exhaled air that contains sufficient carbon dioxide, lime water turns milky. Now, this is very interesting, this particular part. Right? What happens? We discussed, right? Calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. We discussed that calcium oxide can be used as a whitewashing for the walls, and when it is applied and when it is allowed to settle, when it is allowed to react with the carbon dioxide in the air, slowly after 1 or 2 days, a shiny layer of CaCO3, calcium carbonate, appears on the walls. है ना? So in this reaction, here what happens when it is in the water state, right? Let's say when it's in the liquid state, and you blow the exhaled air, right? We know our exhaled air contains lots of carbon dioxide that will react, and instantaneously milky water will be created, है ना? So this is what happens. Okay. Quick lime reacts vigorously with water to produce slake lime. Slake lime is only slightly soluble in water, so it forms a suspension of slake lime in water. Exhaled air contains CO2, which turns lime water milky. है ना? Now this is what I wanted to actually, like I said, if possible, I would want you, I would like you to visit the school and do it in front of you, right? Or maybe even you do it, and I will be observing, right? Calcium oxide and water react to form only a single product, calcium hydroxide. So the reaction is a combination reaction. Okay. Now there is animation for this, right? How to do it, what is the procedure and all that, right? Step by step animated video is provided to you. Then there is a video also that will take you to the YouTube link, and then you can do it. All right. Sorry, it's taking a little bit time. The net seems to be very slow. Mhm. It's taking its time, right? So this is the reason that I want you all to keep doing is this. Amrita O Labs. It has been created by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. You can see it, and it's an excellent resource for all our practicals. है ना? And the best part is it has got all the necessary information and materials required for you. Right? You can also even do the simulation on your own, and then there is Viva. And mark my words that I will ask questions from this one. This is a very interesting material, study material for you. है ना? So this is going to be very interesting. You will be writing your journals. Yes, somebody has just unmuted themselves. Please take care of this. है ना? Yeah. Okay. Animation is now it's visible. It will come. Hold on a second. It's taking time. Never mind. So yes, very good. Yes. Any question up to this point? Combination reaction, then there is decomposition, then there is single displacement, double displacement, all those reaction. We discussed single displacement yesterday and double displacement, है ना? Right? Yeah. Can you see it? Do you see it on your screen? Website? Sorry, the PPTs. Right? Combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement, and redox reaction. Combination, we have seen it. We have discussed it in detail. Decomposition reaction, also we have seen it. We have seen different types of examples of it. Right? In decomposition, there are three types: thermal, electrolytic, and photolytic. है ना? Photolysis, thermal decomposition. Right? Displacement reaction. When an element, it should be, displaces another element from its respective compound of lower reactivity, it is said to be a displacement reaction. Zinc plus H2S, zinc displaces hydrogen, so hydrogen is liberated and zinc sulfide will be formed. Then this experiment is already there in the Amrita lab. You can do it, right? This is very interesting, and you can ask your seniors from the last year. 10th green I was teaching, right? Your seniors in 10th green. you can talk to some of the students. They will tell you that when they came here, we did this experiment, particularly this experiment, iron sulfate and sorry, yes, uh, iron nail in copper sulfate solution. We did this experiment. You can talk to them, right? That how was their experience, right? These are some more examples of element displacement reaction. If you want to, you can take a screenshot. As such, it is being recorded, so I'll post it on YouTube. And guys, when you visited, I saw yesterday a couple of students did visit the link. When you are there, please like it, right? Press like and subscribe. Yeah, right. So we have got zinc plus copper sulfate, right? This is very common example. If situation permits, we have got zinc foil in the laboratory, so we will conduct this experiment also, right? We can do this experiment, zinc plus zinc metal plus copper sulfate solution. Aluminum copper sulfate solution, I don't think we have it in the stock, so I'll have to check. Ferrous, yes, definitely we will do this. And this one, no. Lead plus cuprous chloride, no, that we are not going to do. Copper chloride, we are not going to do. Okay. Another example is calcium bromide and silver nitrate. Okay. And this will, now this particular part, calcium bromide plus AgNO3, that is an example of, because calcium takes up nitrate and silver is connected with bromide. So that becomes a double displacement reaction. We will discuss that. Double displacement reaction. An exchange of ions between the reactants, right? There is exchange of ions. These reactions are also called precipitation reaction, as an insoluble substance is formed, which is known as a precipitate. Any reaction that produces a precipitate can be called a precipitation reaction. Another definition, right? We discussed this one yesterday, right? Precipitation reaction. See, silver directly connects with Cl and sodium connects with NaNO3. AgCl is it will precipitate out. Okay, so if we were to put annotation, AgNO3 will be aqueous, NaCl also aqueous. But when the reaction occurs, when these two reactants are mixed with each other, AgCl will solid, will become precipitate, and NaNO3 will still be in the aqueous state, right? Then only the reaction is balanced. And like I said yesterday, it is very important. It is like now mandatory, right? I would rather put the word mandatory, that whenever you write an equation, you must write it in the balanced form only. Make it a habit, right? In case you plan to choose science stream, right? Whether you choose maths or biology, chemistry will be there. And in that cases, in that situation, well, if you have enough practice of writing the reactions properly, it will help you immensely. Because 11th and 12th, you'll be writing a lot of equations. Yeah. Okay. Yes, everyone. All clear up to this point? Give me a yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so examples of precipitation reaction, which is also a double displacement reaction. This is very simple solution containing AgNO3 and potassium chromate, K and CrO4. So K2CrO4. Let me write the formulas for you. Ag, sorry, AgNO3 plus K2CrO4 results into mixture containing K plus and NO3, that is in solution and insoluble solid of Ag2CrO, Ag CrO4, yes, Ag, is it CrO4, Ag2CrO4 in the solid state, right? Both are in aqueous, these two are in aqueous state, right? And we have got KNO3 in the aqueous state, right? If you want to, you can note this down, right? This is another example, right? Come on. Should I go to the next slide? Guys, should I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now we come to oxidation reactions and reduction reaction, or rather, as they are famously called, redox reaction. I don't have enough words. I don't have enough words to emphasize the importance of this reaction. In case you are going to choose science stream, this will be an extremely important chapter in 11th as well as 12th, right? So I don't know how to put it. Basically, this is very, very important. Let's get it very clear about this one. If a substance gains oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be oxidized. Very simple definition. If a substance loses oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be reduced. है ना? Oxygen gained, oxidized, lost, then it is reduction. Okay. If one reactant gets oxidized while the other gets reduced during a reaction, such reactions are called oxidation reduction or redox reaction. If a substance gains oxygen or loses hydrogen during a reaction, see, if it gains oxidation, then it gains oxygen, then it is oxidation. If it is loses hydrogen, then also it is oxidation. Okay. If a substance loses oxygen or gains hydrogen during a reaction, it is said to be reduced. Okay. Now this is very important. Electron donor is right. Electron donor undergoes oxidation. Electron receptor, it goes under reduction, right? So there are multiple definition of oxidation and reduction. Okay, there are multiple definition of oxidation and reduction, and I want you to be extremely clear, like zero doubts on this one, right? Okay, is everyone clear on this one? Yes or no?
Yes,
Right? Put,
Yes, sir.
I don't know how you emphasize something. Put star, put smiley, right? Put double ticket, write IMP, write IMP, whatever you want to do. But this is very, 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 very important reaction. Okay, right? And I can assure you that there will be questions based from this particular topic, right? Okay, redox reaction examples. These are the redox reaction. Look at this one. Methane, CH4. It loses hydrogen. So, or rather it gains oxygen. Carbon gains oxygen. So that it then it becomes oxidized. And oxygen, it gains hydrogen, then it becomes reduction. Okay? Yes? Carbon has got oxygen. So that then it has become oxidation. And oxygen has gained hydrogen. That's why it's become reduced. Got it? Clear? Are we clear?
yes, sir.
Very good. Look at
Uh,
the other examples. Carbon gains oxygen, oxidation reaction. Magnesium and nitrogen. Right? Now this is a reduction. Why? Oxidation and reduction. Why? Because here hydrogens, rather protons and electrons are being exchanged. That is why it becomes redox reaction. Right? Which one has gained electron and which one has lost electron? Can anyone tell me? Mg, it's in solid state, right? Now it has given its 2 electron to nitrogen, है ना? Mg plus 2. So it has given its electron away. Sorry, it has given its electron away, right? Yes. So that becomes oxidized, है ना? Okay. Now, what is the importance of oxidation and reduction reactions? Redox reactions are part of our daily lives. They are present everywhere. Most of the things around us are being either oxidized or reduced. है When a metal is attacked by substance around it, such as moisture acid, it is said to corrode, and this process is called as corrosion. The black coating on silver and the green coating on copper are other examples of corrosion. right? Corrosion is something which you have studied in 8th standard also, I believe. How many of you remember that
Yes,
corrosion?
sir.
Yes, right? Very good.
Yes,
So
sir.
corrosion is a beautiful example of redox reaction, and corrosion is extremely harmful, right? It is like the picture shows it all. A beautiful car has been turned into dust. Now, if I hit this one hard, the body of this car hard, then dust particles, this corroded particles, the brown particles will fall off from this. है ना? It adds to the expenses. You have to take care of it. How many of you know about the metal bridges, iron bridges, right? We have seen it all the time around us. There are so many hanging bridges, and one of them, big example, is the Golden Gate of America, right? Golden Bridge. How many knows about that? How many of you know the Golden Bridge? Have you heard about it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's
Yes,
very,
sir.
yes, very good. Somebody has just texted me on the chat box. What is it? I don't know why sometimes the chat won't open up. Yeah, yeah. So that Golden Gate Bridge, it requires extensive, because it's right on the sea surface, and sea surface, what happens is, with the sea, the moisture is very high. The moisture contain, even the moisture will, like, the waves, and sometimes the water droplets from there, right? So that moist air around with the salt, that saltiness of the sea water, and the wear and tear, it is very expensive to maintain that bridge. That bridge is always under maintenance. And how do we protect materials from the corrosion? So, well, one of the best ways to use paint, right? Then you can go for using some lubricants to apply on the surface, so that the other particles don't come to it. We will discuss this in detail later on, right? We will discuss how to prevent corrosion, right? What are the preventive measures of corrosion? We will see that, right? And another example of redox reaction is turning, the bread becomes sour, and especially in the summertime, because of the temperatures. If you keep chapati or bread in the open, the taste will turn very soon. So that is also, fats and oils are oxidized, they become rancid. That means their smell and taste change, right? Usually substances which prevent antioxidants are added to foods containing fats and oil. Keeping food in airtight containers help to slow down oxidation, right? These are the preventive measures, right? Yeah, okay, very good. Sahaj Tiwari, you want to say something? Sahaj, you want to say something? Sahaj,
Yes, sir.
yes, tell me. What do you want to say? You want to say something? You want to share something with us?
No.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah. So, uh, technically speaking, that's the end of the chapter, right? But we will discuss in detail a lot more. है ना? We are going to discuss lot more in detail. Redox reactions, I would like to take some more examples. We will discuss importance of those two examples, corrosion and rancidity, and we will talk about the preventive measures, how to avoid, uh, or how to delay, because avoiding it's very difficult, how to delay the corrosion or the uh, rancidification. है ना? That also we will discuss. Yes. Any questions up to this point? Does anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question?
No, sir.
None? Okay. Okay. The homework that I had asked, how many of you have completed writing the question answers from textbook exercise question number 4 to 12? Hmm? Yeah,
Sir, few are left.
few are left. Okay. How much time do you need for that? Hmm? Yes, how much time do you need for that? Tell me. Another week?
One day.
Another day. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. That's reasonable. Sarthak notes are remaining. Like I said, don't worry about the notes. You start writing the question answers.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, okay. All right. Notes. If hydrogen gas pass over this heated material, these are the, you need to read this, right? Everyone will read from this textbook, right? And do I have a lecture tomorrow with you? No, tomorrow I don't have. Now it will be directly on Wednesday. Okay, okay, right? So again, I want you all to read, right, this part. Have you observed the effects of oxidation reaction in everyday life and rancidity? Okay, that puts it to the end of the chapter, and I want you to write down the rest of the question also. So instead of one day, you will get 3 4 days. All right. Next Wednesday we will be meeting up. All right. Yes. Anyone? Any question?
No, sir.
Very good.
No, sir.
Very good. For the class notes, yeah, I'll discuss with Urmi ma'am, and we'll come to a conclusion today for sure. है ना? All right, then that's it for the day. Uh, you all read it, go through it properly, right? The session is being recorded, so I'll post it on the YouTube. And, I'll see you next week, right? All right, then that's it for the day.